Matt Canada is still there. Now, Kenny Pickett, we know how it starts in this league. Everyone wants to talk about the quarterback. Kenny Pickett, though, I didn't like how they used him at times. And I heard a really good comparison, and I went and I dig up some stuff to kind of see if it fit. And it low-key kind of did. Kenny Pickett really should be used like how the Giants used Daniel Jones. Now, I'm not saying Kenny Pickett's ceiling is Daniel Jones because I think he's better than Daniel Jones. I think they should use him like the Giants used Daniel Jones. Let the man run. They didn't want to unleash Kenny Pickett for some reason. And when he did run or freestyle, he seemed to play his best ball that way. But when you put him in the structure of the offense and make all your reads, he struggled like any rook QB would. If they change the way they use him, when you have Pickens and Deontay Johnson, that's a really good 1-2 punch. I don't know where Allen Robinson fits in that. I'm not putting him in the slot. And again, this is as of today, actually. Yep, 28th. Yep, this is as of today. They got Allen Robinson in the slot. Wouldn't be me, but I get it, I guess. But I like Deontay Johnson. I like Pickens. I like Najee Harris. I like Freiermuth as the tight end. There's a lot to like about the Pittsburgh Steelers. The question is that what are you going to expect from Kenny Pickett? How are they going to use Kenny Pickett? What's the long-term usage of Kenny Pickett? Are you developing him into being a game manager, or are you trying to make him be a Tua, be a Josh Allen, be a Trevor Lawrence, be a Justin Herbert? What is the design of what the Steelers envision for Kenny Pickett? So I think that's where we're going now when it comes to that. Because I like this offense. I don't like it as much as the Browns offense. I don't like it as much as the Ravens or the Bengals offense. But this offense ain't no slouch. Offensive line is solid. Not great. Solid. You got the weapons on the outside. You got old man Allen Robinson seeing if he can, hang on to anything in the slot. Freiermuth is a good tight end. And then you got Najee Harris, who's got some ability. I like this offense. It's just not as good when compared to the rest of the AFC North. And that in lies is the problem. But by no means take that as you can just walk over this squad. I think this offense could put up four touchdowns on you if you play games. If you play games with them, Najee Harris is going to break one. And then you got Deontay Johnson and George Pickens running seam routes, running sluggos, non-routes. You might have Allen Robinson underneath, and then you got Freiermuth in the seam. And then if worse comes to worse, Kenny Pickett on a rollout, on a bootleg, on a broken play, can go get some yards. I like this offense. The thing is, the hell is up with this defense? Seems to be a theme in this whole AFC North. The hell is up with this defense? Because, quite honestly, yes, they got Cameron Heyward. They got TJ Watt. And that's about it. I mean, Minkah Fitzpatrick always looks the part and at times plays the part, but he might be a coulda, shoulda, woulda all-star. Patrick Peterson, I don't know how much he has left. Again, we talked about the Joey Porter Jr. pick. It was a good pick. I can see the vision. Obviously, pedigree with his pops, with his franchise, but I don't see him making that much of an impact in year one unless injuries happen and he's forced into action. But in regards to this defense, I mean, the pass rush looks good on paper. Anytime you can put Cam Heyward and TJ Watt on the same line, I think you're in a good spot. Then obviously they went out there and drafted Benton, and he looks to be a guy that could get some push. But outside of that, that's where the question mark is to me. If they can get a pass rush, I like them. If they can't get a pass rush, which it will be hard for me to see how they can't get a pass. But again, can TJ Watt ever play a full season? Cameron Heyward, he's a guy that's battled through injuries. if you're a big believer in Levi Wallace, I mean, I'm not, but I'll let you get it off if you are. To me, it's a little interesting to navigate where to put this Steelers defense. If they're healthy, they could be a upper echelon defense. If they're not, the depth isn't that great. The depth is pretty good on the front line. I think Marcus Golden is a guy that's a sneaky good pickup. But in terms of, Quan Alexander is another guy that coulda, shoulda, woulda. Keanu Neal, like there's names in the reserve ranks for the Steelers defense. I just don't know if they're just names from the past. So Steelers defense will be the bugaboo for me. Obviously, TJ Watt, if he's healthy, he's top tier. Cam Heyward, I think he's still got a lot left. If he's healthy, he's top tier. Minka Fitzpatrick has game-breaking ability. The question for me is consistency. Patrick Peterson is a little long in the tooth, but at times he can still show you that he's him. So there's a lot of question marks, but if they're healthy, they're good. So if you pair a defense that, if they're healthy, they're really good, with an offense where, compared to the rest of their division, they might not be on that level, but stand alone, this is a good offense. But they are in this division, and that's the issue. They are going to have to face the Bengals, the Ravens twice. They are going to have to face the Browns twice. And that's where the issues lie. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, over under 9 is the number. 9 is the number for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Over under, let me know in the chat. You taking the over or the under? Both are getting pretty decent action. Under is a slight favorite right now. 49ers, but they're another team with the early bye week. So those with any fantasy implications, remember the Steelers got an early bye week. 49ers, Browns, Vegas, Houston, Baltimore. What's a realistic start heading into that bye week? Houston should be a win unless D'Amico cooks something up. It's hard to find some wins here, dog. That 9 number's looking kind of crazy just off this first little sample size of 5 games. I see 1 win, maybe 2. Maybe the best case scenario, they're 2-3 after 5 games. Best case scenario. All right, let's see. After that bye week, they go to Cali. Then they got Jacksonville. Those are winnable games. Green Bay's a winnable game. Oof. Arizona, Patriots, Colts, these are winnable games. Okay, so this is where that 9 number, if they're 2-3, let's play that best case scenario, 2-3. They could beat the Rams, that's 3. They could beat the Titans, that's 4. They could beat the Packers, that's 5. Could beat the Cardinals, that's 6. Could beat the Patriots, that's 7. Could beat the Colts, that's 8. And depending how they play within a division, I mean, 9 wins. If they take care of the teams that we assume on paper they should beat, there's a pathway to the over. Problem is, that's not how this works. That's not how this works, dog. That's not how this works, dog. So I don't know. I don't know. They got a couple of Thursday nighters in there as well. They got a couple of Thursday nighters, a Monday nighter. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. I like the team. I like the stars on the team, but nah. I don't think so. For 9 wins, so they have to get 10 wins? 10 wins or 8 wins? Are the Steelers more likely to get 10 wins or more likely to get 8 wins? I think you got to take the under there. So I'm going to go under with the Pittsburgh Steelers for sure.